we have to talk a bit about variables. So, for example, we can get rid of this, or we can just keep it, and I will post the file in the comments. What we can do is that we can make a variable called myNumber, Control Enter, and we run that line of code, myNumber, and it contains 4. We can also run this, just myNumber, and 4 is printed out in the console. What we can do is look at the type of variable that we have made. And you see that RStudio actually gives you some idea of what to write here. And here, the type of myNumber is a double. It's because it's a number. So if we just write my other number equals 5.2, then we can run that. And we can look at my other number, just hit tab when the autocomplete comes up, and it's also a double. And you can do this, or you can also make a string variable with characters. So, for example, we can make my string is equal to pizza, for example. Control Enter, and we see that we have made a variable called my string, and it contains the characters pizza. These string variables can also be printed to the console. We can just do this, and we print this to the console. And what we look at here is a character variable, also called a string. So now we have gone through whole numbers, like integers. They are stored as a double variable type. We have looked at decimal numbers. They are also stored as double variable types. And we have looked at characters. They are stored as a character variable. And you can also have numbers as text. So for example, my string does now contain 1, 2, 3, 4 as characters. So you cannot write my string times 2, for example, because it's trying to multiply 2 with these characters. So my string, or type of my string, is still a character. So this is just 2 different types. We also have the Boolean, which is either true or false. So for example, if we run this, we have my Boolean, which contains true, and we have type of my Boolean, and we see that it's logical. So it's a logical operator, and we often use this to test whether or not we are going to run a piece of code or not. A double not there. So, but we can change the value to, for example, false, and then if we print my Boolean, it contains false. So those are 3 different variables you can make. But these are only carrying one or containing one value. You can also have vector variables, which means that you have either a row of different values or a column of different values. So for example, if we are just listing some numbers, and we use that often with the concatenation function, let's see, the C just joins stuff together. So we can have like 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we run that, we see that, well, our numbers variable is numeric, but it contains 4 different elements from position 1 to position 4. So, and the way that you can get one of these numbers is to just say numbers, and I want, for example, the number at index 2. And you see the result here. The second number in that vector is 3, because 2 is in the first position and 3 is in the second position. And you can do this with strings as well. And now we are going to concatenate some names. So we have Eddie, and we have Sarah, and we have, for example, Emma. And here you see that, well, we have a vector called names. It's a character vector, and it contains 3 elements: Eddie, Sarah, and Emma. And we can do the same here. We have names, and we would like to have the third name in the vector here, and that would be Emma.